Hey everybody at the Vancouver Quarantine Performance Project. It's me, Tanner. First of all, shout out to everyone for putting this together, to Joel and the other organizers for finding ways that we could still celebrate our passions and be entertained while we're stuck at home, self-isolating and quarantining and staying safe through this time. So very cool, and thank you to everyone for putting this together. For everyone watching, thank you for participating in this and celebrating our passions and the arts during this time, because as that's one of the industries that's hit pretty hard right now with all these productions being on pause for who knows how long. So it's really cool that we're still keeping that appetite for creating cool stuff out there. So thank you for putting it together. Thank you for watching. And I guess we got a little pre-show now. So this is why I'm here, because if you say pre-show, I'm just obligated to pop up on a screen. That's just how it works. So let's get to that. And then I guess there's really nothing else to say except for I was going to say turn off your phone and enjoy the show, but I mean, you're really at home, so you can do what you want as long as the person that you're self-isolating with is okay with you, like texting and tweeting through the whole thing. Hey, you do you, and stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and enjoy the show.
Hey, cool cats and kittens. Welcome to the Vancouver Quarantine Performance Project pre-show, where we're going to have a bit of a pajama party as we get to meet some of the filmmakers who have films or songs or stand-up comedy routines or monologues in tonight's show. Tonight we're going to see a lot of original content for the first time. These are some world premieres, and I'm so happy to be celebrating art at this time. So right now what you can do is take this stream and share it with everyone you know, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, share it with your family. Today is about lifting Vancouver filmmakers and artists and musicians up and celebrating their art in a time where we can't really share art the same ways that we used to. So share this stream and enjoy the pre-show and enjoy meeting some of these amazing artists that we're going to see their work later on tonight. Favorite things. Melanie, tell us what your project is about.
I wanted to do something sort of like a visual poem that shows the things that I sort of miss about my normal life and life pre-COVID, and then kind of transitions into what are the things that I'm trying to find enjoyment out of now, being stuck at home. So favorite things in both instances, let's say.
It's a really kind of chilling, kind of personal film. I still don't know, like I definitely felt some waves of emotion watching it. I still don't know exactly how to place those emotions. How did this idea come to be?
I recently was exposed to some experimental film that works with found footage and kind of layering found footage, and I was quite inspired by it, and I thought, I don't have a crew. I live alone, so I don't have roommates that I can use to help me film anything new, and I don't have gear at home or anything. So how can I make something creative with what I already have? And so I started going through my archives of, home videos, and I realized I didn't actually take that many home videos. So it was quite interesting to be very limited in what my options were in terms of shots of what I had already shot of life before. But then I could film life now very specifically, very deliberately. And I actually just started by taking a couple of videos one day of lights moving around in my apartment. And then I started going, this would be kind of interesting shots for a little experimental, approach to a film. So that was the initial starting point.
We are here with the team from Life in a Box. Why don't you all introduce yourselves?
I'm Jordy. I'm the director.
I'm Morgan. I'm the guy in the box. Yeah.
Nicholas is cinematographer and editor, and Emma is makeup.
What would you say the film is about?
We were trying to come up with an idea to make a movie, and then this competition was kind of perfect because it gave us a deadline to make something. but we still were trying to come up with something. And then we got film equipment in the mail the day of that we had to like start filming. And then Uyghur came up with the idea that we should just use
The box.
And then we kind of came up with a bunch of
ideas around the box.
And how it could be metaphorical and symbolic of a lot of things. And so
Nice. So it's pretty much like that child experience when like you give a kid a toy and they're like the box is all that they want to play with, but
100%. We hardly use lighting equipment. We use the box much more than we use the lighting equipment.
Fair enough. And so you all are self-isolating together in your house?
Yeah, we Emma and Uyghur live in the attic. I live on the couch, and Nicholas lives in the bedroom. So we gotta.
Yeah, and we are all filmmakers, and then we thought we gotta do something. You have a makeup, like someone who can compose, editors, writers, directors, and we just decided to do something.
Everybody in the house has a different speciality, so it kind of worked out well for us.
We're here with Julian Figueroa, director, voiceover actor, editor, I think pretty well everything on Welcome to Quarantine. Julian, why don't you tell us a little bit about your project?
Well, I know it's been a couple hard weeks. We've been all cooped up, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun to think about the positive sides of quarantine, some of these little things that you don't realize that you get to do in isolation. I have a bit of dark humor in there, looking at maybe some of the weird things that are going to happen to society after the fact, but mostly just like a meditation of just some shower thoughts I had on quarantine life and what it's going to look like there on after.
It's kind of a pretty fun, cathartic project to watch. I know as soon as I watched it, I think the first thing I said to myself is, this is the film that should open up the festival. And I never changed my mind. I watched another like 50 or so or 60 after that one. And I still was like, this one should start the festival. So it will be the very first final right after this pre-show. So I assume that it's mostly stock footage that you're using there.
It's all stock footage, yeah.
So was this more like you kind of wrote like an essay type thing and then recorded that audio and then just found images to cut to it? What was your process?
Yeah, I basically had like a whole bunch of different jokes and I ordered them in it goes from like really surface level observations to more like kind of weirdly winded jokes, and that kind of has a bit of a resolution. And I kind of structured the whole thing through there, and then it was basically each sentence I had to find the right stock footage to kind of fill the gap there. And that was the most taxing part, because some of it you can get off of like, you know, the stock footage websites, but then the other parts were kind of like news rolly footage. And then some things were just really happy accidents that I found, like that thing of like Trump saying, "Oh, don't cough near me." I thought that was wild. I'm surprised I found that. And just a couple things were just like, I feel like if I wasn't watching the news, they wouldn't have made the cut. It was just things that just happened to happen leading up to this. And I was like, okay, I will throw it in there. But yeah, basically all just like sourcing footage. I didn't film a single thing for this. So that was kind of, you know, it's a quarantine project, right?
Okay.
All right, I'm here with Matt Resnick from, what is the name of your film? Because I'm going to butcher the pronunciation.
Well, I probably can't pronounce it either, and that's kind of the joke. One of the jokes in the movie it's called Ristorante di Quarantena, which is Italian, according to Google Translate, for quarantine restaurant.
Nice. Okay, so one thing that makes your film super unique is you have this puppet. Where did that come from? Have you had this puppet for a while?
I have. I've had him since I was 13. So I'm an actor, but I started with acting. My way into acting was through puppets. And when I was a kid, I found this puppet, and right away I felt like I needed to be a ventriloquist when I grew up. So I taught myself ventriloquism. I got a bunch of puppets, and I was going to make that a big thing for myself until I realized that I didn't need a puppet anymore, because I started as a very shy kid, and that was my way to communicate into the external world. But then I grew up, and I realized I didn't need to. But then since being back in my house and being isolated, I've gone back to talking to myself. And that's where I'm at right now.
So wait, were you the entire crew for this film, or did you have some people helping you?
That was me.
Everything. You did camera, you did...
Yeah. There's my friend Jen Laporte. She has a cameo in this film, but she filmed that in her own apartment.
Nice. I was noticing there's a bit of an image quality difference
Yeah.
in there, but well, that's awesome. It's a really fun film. It's super funny. I think it's playing in the first half. Don't quote me on that, but
Okay.
you can enjoy it in the finals tonight. And thank you, Matt. I'm here with Mariella, who has a original song in the original song part of the Vancouver Quarantine Performance Project. Mariella, why don't you tell us a little bit about your song?
The song, I wrote the song at 4 a.m. on the day of the quarantine due date because I was like very excited when it came out, the project, and was like, I'm so amped to do this, and then nothing came to me for 2 weeks. And then the morning of that day, I just kind of had, probably something everybody's had during this quarantine, which is like a bit of a panic attack, while not being able to sleep, and picked up my guitar and wrote a song. It really just about like how isolating it feels, which is, good because we're supposed to be isolating. But I'm really excited that that you guys like the song. I wasn't expecting anything from it. It was just a fun thing to write, and I thought I'd just enter it in. And I'm super happy to be a part of the competition.
All right, we are here with Ridvik, one of my former students and an awesome filmmaker with the film Off-White Air Jordan 1. This is such an interesting film thrown into the mix. What is this film about?
So basically, it's me exploring my relationship with my sneakers and basically how people do stuff that doesn't really make too much sense, but they still do it. And yeah, that's pretty much what it's about.
Nice. And so you do own these Off-White Air Jordans?
Yes, I do. I'm a proud owner.
Nice. I always remembered you had some great sneakers, and I'm glad that you're keeping that tradition. So tell us a little bit about this animation style that you did for this film, because as people can see from the image I have up right now, it is an animated piece. How did you go about animating this project?
So basically, it's a mix of rotoscope animation and traditional animation. So for a lot of stuff where there's a lot of movements or, where there's a shot of the shoes, I just recorded everything on my iPhone in my home and then just drew over it in Adobe Anime. And that was pretty much how I went about it. And for the shots where you see the sneakers, but they have all the details and stuff, I just printed out the image that I took from my phone and then just overlaid it behind the lines and everything. And yeah, that's how I went about it.
All right, I'm here with Reed Horty, the writer and star of the monologue Quarantene, which is one of the 5 monologues selected in the finals tonight. Reed, what is your film about?
It's really a kind of a revisiting of a character I used to do in the early 90s who gave safe sex talks. And so for this time, I decided to write him a monologue about quarantine sex. And so that's what I did. And I have to say thank you so much, Joel, for the distraction that it provided and the break I was able to take from working on another project, for which I don't know about you, but I find that my muse kind of disappeared on my other projects when this became, I generally tend to write about things, current events. And this is the only current event at the moment. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad. I honestly haven't seen any of your work before this. So this was a very pleasant surprise for me. And I remember as soon as I saw it, I was like, I messaged the other jurors, and I was like, who were just starting to watch them all. I'm like, did y'all see this monologue? Because I did not see that coming. I don't want to spoil too much about it because I think it's really fun. for people experiencing it for the first time, because and I love your last line in it. Bruce Blaine, who has a monologue called The Love Letter, which is part of the monologue competition. Bruce, why don't you tell us a little bit about your project?
Pretty simple. Michael Haber-Fellner is a screenwriter. He also has a movie review site called searchmytrash.com. He wrote a glowing review for Mad Santa. And then we connected on Facebook afterwards. We started talking about various things. I had this notion about bunker monologues. Anyway, one thing led to another. Your thing came up, and he wrote this little monologue for me. And originally it was a little bit longer, so we had to cut it down quite a bit for you guys.
Well, it's really solid, and I think it's interesting. I don't mean this in a mean way, but I think I've mainly seen you play asshole characters, and
that was part of the motivation. Is that this was definitely a departure from my normal type thing. So
yeah, he's not like, I wouldn't say your character is a good guy. I'm not going to reveal too much.
I wanted to try something. I wanted to try something a little outside my normal box.
Nice. Well, it's fun seeing you kind of play this kind of nerdy loser type guy, and I'm thinking that the audience is going to like it too. It was one of the 5. I think there was 30 monologues that were there's more than that were submitted, and only 5 made it to the finals. So congratulations!
Nice. Thank you.
And we'll be watching it later on in the show.
Great. Looking forward to it.
We're here with Lee J. Poychuk for the film TP. This was a one-man band film, one-person crew, star, etc. Tell us a little bit about this film.
All right. Well, I was just thinking of, like I'm here in like my own little apartment, and I'm like kind of going crazy myself. And I was like, Originally, my thought was to do it with a couple, and where the girlfriend is kind of pushing this bidet on the guy, and the guy's like, no, I don't want to take part in that. That's super weird. And then the virus comes. But then as things progressed, I was like, I'm going to have to do this alone. So I had to kind of change the script a bit, kind of focus more on like the insanity of someone, losing toilet paper and having to improvise all these different things. So it's kind of where it came from.
Nice. It's a fun short. It definitely made me laugh out loud. And you had a contributor do voices for this.
Yeah. Well, because, like Mike and I, we do so much videos together, and I wanted him a part of this in some way. And I was like, I know he's going to kill this voice for this toilet. So I sent it to him, and his girlfriend plays the garbage can too. So that's all just like improvised yelling at each other, which really, really, I thought was hilarious for them to add.
That's awesome. Mike has a song in this as well, right?
Yeah.
He's got Space Force, which is also in the finals. So it's nice that you
fun little like things on his green screen. It's so funny. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited. Well, thank you so much for coming into the studio, part of the pre-show. Good luck tonight. I'm excited for people to see your film, and it's going to be fun finals. I cannot wait to see them all. All right, we're here with Josh Aries, 5 Fingers of Fury. You might know him as the co-director of Mr. James is Dead from this year's Crazy Eights. Tell us about 5 Fingers of Fury.
All right, so 5 Fingers of Fury is, I would say, an action comedy that follows a very stubborn thumb that fights his very opposable opponent. Let's just say it like that.
Fair enough. It is such a pleasantly unique film. I could not believe how well coordinated your thumbs are. The performance of your hand is incredible. How did you practice that and think that I can do a film where my hands are performers and actually have something pretty watchable?
Oh, okay, yeah. Like, for the longest time throughout this whole quarantine, I've been really itching to make another action film, and I've also been watching a lot of action recently too, like Jackie Chan and Tony Jaa and all that stuff too. But obviously, you can't really make an action film without like stunt performers or anything, right? And you gotta like really talk with them, get them exactly the way that you want it to go. So I had to work with what I had. So in this case, it's my fingers, and these guys are like the perfect, actors, I guess, because I can control exactly how they can move and everything too. So I can like. I don't actually have to talk with them to give them directions. It's just all the way up here. It's like a very quick connection, So in a way, it was very, very easy to kind of work with my hands. It was kind of like, obviously, it took a lot of practice too, but having that one-to-one connection was very useful.
All right, everyone, this is your 10-minute warning. The show is going to begin in 10 minutes, so this is a good time to finish that cocktail in your hand and make another. Also, remember to share this stream. Sharing is caring. All right, I'm here with Matisse from Quarantene, the Dancing Queen parody. Tell me about your project.
Well, it was sort of a toss-up between that and something that may have arguably taken more effort, but I loved being able to create a song and then making the visual for it, and outsourcing the song was a great way to, one, be collaborative and also just save me time and effort and not let anyone suffer through my singing.
So the person who sang the song, they're not someone who lives with you? It's someone that was working remotely, or?
Yeah, exactly. I sent her the lyrics, and I've told her the gist of what I was doing, that I was making a visual part of it, and then her boyfriend was able to also do some sound editing as well, so they were able to send me a bit of a polished song to actually do it to.
Nice. And you have a whole household of people that helped you out on this film?
Oh yeah, it's more than some indie productions would have, I think. We've got like 8 people here, and 3 cats. I mean, the resources are endless.
Nice. You guys had a bit of a self-isolation advantage in this. I know a lot of other people in this contest have been alone or near alone, but you really made quite a production. So what was one of the biggest challenges in making this project?
I didn't give myself any time because that toss-up thing was going for a while. So I treated it as though it was a 48-hour film competition.
All right, I'm here with Mayumi and Natch from the project ES. What is ES about?
It's about someone wanting a hug. I think that's all that
it's
it really is about.
It started from someone just wanting a hug.
Nice. and for people who can see the screen captures right now, you guys didn't necessarily animate it. How did you make this project? It's got a really unique, weird style to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some animation in there. We actually have been playing a lot with our VR setup at home. So we actually shot it all in VR, and we had one of our roommates be one of the actors. We had our good friend Sanjay be another actor, and we got a third computer up and running to be like the camera. So we recorded on that computer. It's a weird way to work, but yeah.
So was your second actor acting from a remote location in this?
Yeah, he's totally far away from us, and he had a VR set. So yeah, we connected, and we basically got together in VR and did a thing.
There's actually 3 VR characters in the VR room, and we actually have a crew photo of the 3 VR characters.
Yeah, maybe I'll send you a crew photo.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Okay. Last question, because we need to go through a lot of these interviews. Why is it called ES?
It started with, we really didn't know what to name it. So it was a running joke in our house. It's actually S and not ES. There's like deeper meanings, but really it also like just enough said. Yes.
Oh, okay. I like that. Well, enough said. I'm really stoked to watch this film. It's playing in the first half, and every time I watch it, it gets better. And it's also playing on Sunday. So looking forward to it, and happy Vancouver Quarantine Performance Project.
Thanks, Joel.
Yeah.
See ya. This is your 5-minute warning. The show is going to begin in 5 minutes. So you got time to make one more cocktail. You got one more chance to share this stream with your friends and family. We've got an awesome show tonight. Also, a little reminder, hashtag VQPP. Take some pictures of your home setup and everyone watching this show so we can feel like we share this experience together. On YouTube, you can follow along in the live chat. I know a lot of the filmmakers and people who helped create this wonderful contest will be live chatting along. So get on that live chat and Do a cool post with hashtag VQPP, and maybe we'll share it during the intermission. Time Out, a really funny film. Tell us a little bit what the film is about.
Well, we don't want to spoil too much. It's pretty short, but pretty much our friend Kendra wanted to order some pizza, and then things go wrong. I'm trying to be as vague as possible here, yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. What was kind of your biggest challenge making this film?
Probably just like all the restrictions because of everything that's happening with the virus, and just getting everybody together and keeping it really safe. And yeah.
Yeah, writing it, trying to keep it all contained into like one location, just with very, very few people.
Yeah.
Luckily, because we're students, we were kind of used to working like that. Within high school with all our projects, it was mostly just smaller crews, like 1 or 2 locations, so it was nice.
I'm here with William Fielding, the writer, director, star, camera person, editor, everything of Notes from Quarantine. William, what is your film about?
Oh, Notes from Quarantine. Oh, man. Well, I started writing Notes from Quarantine when I was back in '96, buddy. Been adapting this shit forever. You know, Dostoevsky, something all 5-year-olds can get into. It's about a guy who goes to the grocery store, tries to take a lot of stuff, and then gets denied, and then can't let it go for 104 days, I think.
Nice. So you are you fully self-isolating at home alone right now?
No, I do have a roommate with me.
Oh, but you couldn't get your roommate to help you out on this project?
Well, he could have, but I was just sort of, nerding out, sort of doing it on my own. So it was all good.
What was the biggest challenge of shooting a project with no crew at all but yourself?
Well, the biggest challenge, Joel, was the actor. What a handful. He was such a piece of work, man. So we originally were supposed to get Timothée Chalamet to play the lead, but he was busy, I guess, with Dune or something, and so we had to get this local guy, and it's the biggest regret of my life, man.
Sounds like a rough shoot, but I'm looking forward to people finally seeing it in the second half of the finals tonight. Nice chatting with you. All right, we're here with Sundeep and Emily with the film Are All My Friends Quarantining Without Me? Tell us a bit about your project.
Yeah, short film about a girl. It all takes place over video chats to her therapist, just spiraling out as she sees on Instagram that all her friends are hanging out and having a quarantine without her, and she just gets increasingly more unstable from there.
Nice. I love the character arc in it. It felt very relatable. The makeup is really fun. Where did this idea come from?
We tried to keep it a really simple idea. What could be easily shot within our apartment?
Yeah, what could we do on our iPhones?
On our
we
iPhones.
own no other equipment.
No equipment. And it was like kind of based off of like, what's the worst person to like be witnessing in a quarantine? And it's someone that's so obsessed with themselves and their friends' thoughts of them.
Yeah. I liked the idea of seeing how like social media would influence like quarantine now. Like back in the day during pandemics or the Black Flu, no one else was seeing the Black Plague. No one else was seeing like what everyone's doing on the gram. So
Yeah, I loved just the character's journey is so ridiculous. I think it was one of the first submissions I got to watch, and I loved it right away. And I'm glad that the jurors agreed that it was a finalist film, because I believed it all along.
Oh my god.
How are you holding up in these crazy times?
Good. We're doing okay. We were lucky enough that we moved in together in February, right before everything happened. So yeah, it's been good to have a buddy during these times.
Super helpful. Even if we're just like doing our own things on opposite ends of the couch, it's just a little less crazy making to just have someone else there.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I would have already become the worst version of myself like by like week 2. So thank God she's here.
All right, the show is about to begin. I got to get changed out of these clothes, but right now is a really good time to grab some pots and pans and make some noise for the healthcare workers, for the essential workers. Give them a nice cheer. And I think we've got some live footage we can cut to right about now.
Flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve.
Sex shops report there's panic buying.
Whatever. We're all gonna get it eventually, right? And we lost out on a pretty chunk of change.
I like this paint. Only buy what you can use.
These are jokes about my fiance to my fiance.
Live from some dude's living room in suburban North Burnaby, welcome to the very first Vancouver Quarantine Performance Project.
Well, we made it. Welcome to the Vancouver Quarantine Performance Project. Now we are literally live. That was a bit of a wild ride to start off. I was not hoping for those technical difficulties, but you all made it here. So let's start this. Thought I'd crack some champagne. I was going to do it the old-fashioned way, but literally everything around me is film equipment, and that would not be a good idea. Woo! Let's start the show.
This is you. You had plans, dreams, and aspirations for 2020. And one day in March, your government said, stay the f*** inside.
Flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve.
Do your part, wash your hands, practice social distancing, and cling on to the triple ply. Welcome to quarantine. While it may seem like the grass is always greener on the other side, yes, remember grass? Good times. Anyways, your new life in quarantine doesn't have to be all bad. You can finally catch up on that Netflix show. Nobody can shame you for wearing sweatpants all day. You don't have to put on makeup anymore. Hell, you don't have to put on anything anymore. You can will Tom Hanks into recovery by watching every Tom Hanks movie chronologically.
There's no crying in baseball!
And your dog has never felt more loved. You no longer have to deal with traffic or transit, and air quality has never been better. You can finally sit down and play Animal Crossing. Your cooking is still shitty, but it'll get better. And if you have a partner, you're probably getting laid a lot more. All of the gyms are closed, so you no longer need to guilt yourself for not working on that summer body. That talk show host you can't stand has been demoted to just a YouTuber.
If you're running out of toilet paper, don't dial 911. The number for that is 922.
Student loan payments are delayed. You realize you still have student loans. You finally caught up on all your Netflix shows. And yes, you're still watching. Quarantine beards. Quarantine beards. You and your partner have a renewed sex life, but you're probably running out of condoms, and Amazon is out of stock. Your conservative parents are begging the government to save their 401ks, and they've unwittingly become more socialist in the process. You get to spend a lot of time with your family, or you don't have to spend any time with your family. You're not worried about the 2020 election anymore. You're just worried that one of them might get sick.
Excuse me. Let's do that over. He's coughing in the middle of my answer. Yeah, okay. I don't like that.
Grocery trips give you an adrenaline rush. You finally learn how to cook a 3-course meal. For f***'s sake, Netflix, stop asking me if I'm still watching. Of course I am. You're now a verified Call of Duty master, but so is everyone else. The stock market is finally at reasonable prices, but it doesn't really matter because you probably don't have a job to buy any stocks. You've forgotten how to put on makeup. And you can't tell if you've got the stomach flu or if you've gotten pregnant with a corona baby. And when your daddy, or prime minister, finally says it's okay to come out of the house, your whole world will be different. The fist bump will have officially overtaken the handshake. Instead of lineups outside Costco, there will be lineups outside barbershops. There will finally be enough jobs for all the psychology majors. And your quarantine baby finally gets to see the outside world. When all is said and done, the human race will largely go back to what it did before. But maybe, just maybe, we'll learn to appreciate one another just a little bit more. And perhaps we will have learned a little bit about not taking our home, this home, for granted.
Yeah, so definitely won't be putting butter on the cat anymore. Anyway, I'm ordering pizza. Is ham and pineapple alright? Yeah, cool. Stop! I'm you from the future. The future. Look, if you order a ham and pineapple pizza, it will lead to a chain of events that will end the world as you know it. Oh, God. Yeah. Cyborg Nazis are on a rampage. Jesus, that sounds horrible. Yeah, truly is. But if I just order something else, everything will be fine? Yeah, I guess. Okay. Hi, I'd like to make an order for delivery, please. Pepperoni? Stop. What? Why? Don't have arms anymore. Oh, sorry about that. Can I just get a vegetarian instead? Stop. What now? No legs. You know what? I think I'll just get a cheese, pizza? Yes. Thank you. Stop. Whatever you do, don't pay cash. Jesus, why? Look, if you pay cash... Stop. Okay, cash is fine. It's you trying to stop her that causes... Stop. No, you're the one who's wrong. Okay, I'm from the further future, and if she doesn't pay cash, that's... God, we're too late. What the hell's going on? It's the cyborg Nazis, okay? They... Oh... My God, what are all these dead bodies doing here? Honestly, not much. Okay, stop. What is going on? Why are you here? Why are all these people dead? I've come back to witness this pivotal moment in history, the day you, or I guess we, cancel the apocalypse, save mankind. But don't remember there being this many dead bodies. Save mankind? I just want to order pizza. Yeah, we had a bit of a hiccup earlier, but everything should be fine now. Does someone want to at least tell me why people are shooting at us? Well, obviously it's a Nazi cyborg that snuck in to assassinate you while you were choosing what pizza to get. There's a cyborg Nazi in my house? Not for long. You once were a cyborg Nazi, and now you'll be a dead cyborg Nazi. Shit, I'm out. All right, this isn't going as planned. I'm gonna head out.
It was easier this way. I can have all the space I want. I decide what I want to do. I can have the entire sky to myself. I can even travel whenever I want. Wherever I want. And play as long as I want. Without any interruption.
Oh, star, how you give me energy to be the best me. Hey, you.
Me?
You? Me? We're going out tonight.
Are you talking to me?
There's no one else here. No one else. Literally, no one else comes here. I'm so bored. Othello is so bored. Look at this. Watch, I'm gonna show you something. See my arm? I can't touch. See, I can't, because they're so big, right? That is the predicament you find yourself in. You can't touch. Because your head's got too much mumbo-jumbo inside of it. Grab my hand, we're going partying right now. There ain't no option. Can you swim? I can't either. Let's go. It's virtual reality, bitch. Yeah! I'm so fed up with this place.
I can do whatever I want. With whoever I want. Whenever I want. If I could have anything. Not even close.
Or society. They can hang, they can freely roam. They can sing, they can dance, they can choose where they want to go. Like up and down in every single side. Yeah, there are no rules, chilling in grapefruit, watermelon, supple honeydew, fruitberry spirits flapping in the wind, pendulum swinging loud, releasing the sheepfalls from within. Yeah, I set those cities free. I set those cities free. I set them free. Yeah. Uneven, big and small, medium-sized, short and tall, all the colors of the rainbow. Single-breasted in or all out, textured rocks and furry clouds, every single memory should be set free. Let's take our shields off and set ourselves free. No one gets to dictate what we do with our bodies. Free the nipple. Free the nipple.
Hello, Claire. They're already in the building, so I need to be quick. I love you, Claire. I just really needed you to know that, to finally know that. I know you only ever wanted me as a friend, but still, I love you. And I was a good friend, right? I mean, when you told me that you wanted to go out with Roy and you broke my heart into a million pieces, I was happy for you all the same. And when Roy disappeared without a trace, who stood by you then? I did. And who believed you when you said that you thought foul play was involved? Me. Of course, I dissuaded you from going to the police because I knew they wouldn't find anything and I didn't want you to look like an idiot. But I would have traveled to the end of the world and back with you looking for him because I loved you. I was putting in a lot of effort into our relationship. So of course I was gutted when you told me that you wanted to marry Hank. Hank! Of all people. That fucking douchebag. But you said that he was your soulmate, that he grounded you, that he provided balance to your life. But that was my job. Mine! I didn't intend to do what I did. It wasn't murder, because murder is premeditated, and there was no premeditation here. Hell, I didn't even know there was an iron bar in that room until I bashed your head in with it. But I was doing it for you. I didn't want you to make a horrible mistake with Hank. Full disclosure, I used that same metal bar to bash Hank's head in later on. Sorry about that. Oh, the police are here. I gotta go. I love you, Claire. I always will. Bye.
Get on your knees!
Hey, Dr. Gill, is that your house? Wait, are you wearing pants right now?
Hi, Heather. How have you been feeling this week?
I'm worried, Doc.
Well, it's normal to feel anxious during uncertain times like a pandemic.
No, it's not that. Okay, my best friend Yuki has this new friend from work, Jasmine, and Jasmine's whole thing is that she hula hoops and overdoses at Shambhala or whatever. Anyway, she just went to Mexico and she invited all my friends. Everyone but me. Can you believe that? They're my friends. I'm the one who set up Yuki and Seth. And you know that James and I have that on-again, off-again thing.
Which has been off for 3 years.
Well, joke's on them. Now that they're back here in Canada, they all have to self-isolate. No more hashtag beach life, just freezer burnt bread and sad puzzles. I'm just saying, some time apart would be good for them. They're all self-isolating together. It's called self-isolation, not party isolation.
I'm sorry?
I just saw on Jasmine's Instagram story that they've decided to quarantine together. They're like playing board games and making cocktails and watching Love is Blind. They're calling it hashtag pandemic pals.
Didn't you text me because you lost your job?
Whatever, we're past that now. I called Yuki and I told her I wanted to join the quarantine, but she said no, that would be socially irresponsible. Well, you know it's even more irresponsible, making me drink all the Jell-O shots I'd already made.
Let's try and focus on how fortunate you are to have your health. I'm sure your friends are all really scared.
I'm sure Jasmine's acting so scared right now, and that's why James had to build her a blanket fort. You know what you do in a blanket fort? You fuck in a blanket fort.
I don't think that's necessarily what happens in a blanket fort.
How could you not? His beard's grown out. He's looking so hot right now. Fuck! Mark my words, if in 9 months she pops out a little Quarantena or Quarantino, I'm going to kill myself. Hey, Doc. Sorry, I'm just finishing up my yoga live stream. It's all a part of my new quarantine routine.
Heather, you were quite distraught last time we spoke. How are you feeling today?
Honestly, Doc, I feel so much better. My skincare routine is flawless. My Sims family just had their first baby. And my dating profiles are totally popping off right now. I guess self-isolation is making everyone super horny.
Heather, given that we're at the height of a global pandemic, do you really think now is the best time to be looking for a new boyfriend?
No. Doc, come on. I'm not crazy. I'm not looking for a boyfriend right now.
That's smart.
No, I'm just looking for someone to have sex with.
Excuse me?
Okay, I figured it all out. If Yuki, Seth, James, and that hula hooping slut won't let me into their quarantine because they maybe have the virus, then all I have to do is maybe get it too. So I matched with this super cute guy who was just in Italy. He says he wasn't in an infected area, but fingers crossed.
Heather, you can't be serious. This is extremely inadvisable.
Anyway, got to go. Italy guy's coming over in an hour, and I still have to shave and tweeze everything. No one prepares you for how hairy you get during self-isolation.
No, wait, Heather, hang on. Please, listen, Heather.
Ciao! Hey, Dr. G.
Hi, Heather. I was pretty concerned about you after our chat last week.
Ugh, I know. I have so much to catch you up on. Okay, get this. My friends finally finished their 2-week quarantine and none of them got sick.
Well, that's great news.
Which means they excluded me for nothing.
Heather, I think you may be showing symptoms of the virus.
The virus? No, Dr. G, James just texted me. He wants to come over to talk.
Heather, did you hear me? I think you may have the COVID-19 virus.
Ugh, whatever. We're all gonna get it eventually, right? And 2 weeks in quarantine. Who wouldn't fall in love? It's like Stockholm Syndrome, but cute.
Heather, what you are saying is not only not cute, it is pathologically selfish and extremely dangerous. Ethically speaking, I don't know where this puts me. Yes, there is doctor-patient confidentiality, but there's also the duty to report a patient who may be a menace to society. This pandemic has revealed many issues about G that we need to confront. My diagnosis? Debilitating insecurity, codependency, jealousy, obsession, manic instability, and possible sadism masked as love.
Wow, Doc, you're getting really worked up. It sounds like you could use someone to talk to. I would, but James is at the door, so...
No, Heather, you cannot invite him in. You might infect him. Heather, listen to me. Heather, 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 Heather.
Bye.
Stuck in a dream, please let me out of my head and out of my house. Feeling locked up, no end in sight. All I can do is dream tonight. Hearing a voice, maybe it's mine, singing a wordless lullaby. Listen real close, notes can speak too. I'm sending my love from me to you. My love from me to you. All of this new, feeling so strange. One long Sunday morning instead of the days. Time isn't real, so treat yourself right. No matter the morning news or the night, what we can do is talk on the phone. It stops me from feeling so alone, and nothing makes sense, but we'll make it through. I'm sending my love from me to you. My love from me to you. Stuck in a dream, please let me out of my head, out of my house. Feeling locked up, no end in sight. All I can do is dream tonight. What we can do is talk on the phone. It stops from me feeling so alone, and nothing makes sense, but we'll make it through. I'm sending my love from me to you. My love from me to you.
Fuck.
No. Oh, man, what the fuck? Come on, man, don't do it.
I don't have another option, dude.
Why didn't you just get the bidet, dude?
I don't know, I thought that was like a European thing.
Just throw it in the garbage.
Oh, hell no!
What the fuck?
I'm full to the brim with his bullshit. I haven't been taken out in months.
You're fucking trash. Just take the socks.
You
Fuck
take the
you.
fucking socks.
I have to take so much shit every day.
You take shit? Have you seen what he throws?
Howdy.
He comes in these fucking socks.
You been looking for me? Well, I've been looking for you too. You want something nice and soft on your butthole, don't you?
That'd be really nice.
Come on over there.
Okay, I gotta catch you.
Yeah.
I believe I had a reservation.
Right. I'll be right back. My sincerest apologies for the wait, sir. Can I start you off with something to drink?
What do you got?
We have tea, fruit juice.
Organic?
No, we are out. We have water. It's filtered. That's it.
I'll have a martini.
No, I just said...
A martini!
Oh my god, okay.
Oh, yeah. Pizza. Is that handmade in a brick oven?
No, it's frozen.
Very well. Excellent vintage.
Your pizza, sir?
What's this?
You wanted the...
This isn't Delicio.
I didn't say it was.
You call yourself a restaurant? This is ridiculous. I will not be treated like this.
Hey.
Hey.
Trudeau says we could go outside. Do you want to come over for dinner or something?
I can't. I'm busy like all month, year, actually. I gotta go. Bye.
Hey! What's for breakfast?
I'm not saying I'm happy about it. Who would want to live in a world where you can't hug your daughters or share an ice cream cone with your wife 20 years? Did I want this to happen? Of course not, but I'd be lying if I said there weren't any silver linings. See, I've been a member of the SPPTS, or the Super Prepared Professional Traveler Society, for a strong 10 years. The idea came to me after my wife and I booked a flight to Hawaii, and we were foolish enough to skip on the flexible fare option. When we had an emergency come up, the airline refused to refund our ticket, and we lost out on a pretty chunk of change. I vowed from that day on that I would purchase extra coverage every chance I got. It's also when the harassment began. At dinner parties, when our guests would ask about our vacation destinations and whether we got any deals, my wife would always make some sort of snide comment like they would have been cheaper if Dave didn't insist on getting extra coverage. So yeah, you could say I was getting sick of it. When the coronavirus sent millions of people frenzying to cancel their tickets, I couldn't help but feeling maybe there's a higher power. What's that, Brian? You didn't get a flexible fare option on your trip to Italy? Guess that's the last time you'll be yucking it up over my delicious eggplant parmesan. There's a certain satisfaction I get from watching my loved ones suffer. It feels good to be right. I can take my trip whenever I want, be that in 1, 2, or 10 years when the world has done its cleanse. By that time, I imagine my asthmatic wife will be long gone, and my children will have quarantined so deep into depression they won't know what hit them. As for me, I'll be partying it up on the beaches of Florida with a generation much younger than me. I'm not saying I had anything to do with creating the virus. I'm just saying, I ain't mad. And who knows? Maybe I did. Add that to your list of conspiracy theories.
The Tiger King, giving names to the fruit flies. I'm definitely way too high. On my phone for hours, existential dread, the loss of my finance. What shitty circumstance? I'm in a quarantine, no sense of smell is COVID-19. Quarantine, am I sick or is it histamine? So yeah, you can't cough, you can't sneeze, the scariest time of your life. Ooh, see me watch me clean, stuck in the quarantine. Toilet paper's worth more than gold. One roll left in the whole household. Game after another, waking up at 2, wearing your sweats again. Wish you could see your friends, but you're in a quarantine, young and bored, fucking COVID-19. Quarantine, when this will end is still unforeseen. Oh yeah, you can cry, you're so bored, touched yourself 26 times. Ooh, someone please, just touch my peen, but not with COVID-19. Still in the quarantine.
Welcome back. What a great first half. What you missed, I now changed my shirt because I spilt steak all over my other shirt. And what a great first half. Honestly, I was watching it live again, and I just can't believe how good the programming is. So regardless, if you're a finalist and you don't win an award tonight or you don't get nominated, big pat on the back, because all in all, this has been a great show. It's been a blast throughout, and I'm so excited I got to be a part of it. There's 300 or plus streams of this, which means there's probably 500 people watching. And don't worry, I am picturing you all in your underwear. But that being said, I do miss you all. It's been tough, and this has been an exhausting process getting this ready. And I want to see you all. I want to touch your faces. I want to touch your faces so fucking bad right now. But I'm resisting. And pretty soon, I'll get a chance to touch your faces again. Even if I haven't touched them before. I'm going to be on a rampage after this. Okay. Before I get too sidetracked and too sweaty, I thought I would just mention a few of the people to thank for tonight before we go to our intermission slides, because this really started off as a half-baked idea one night where I couldn't sleep and I was like, God damn it, we are making something. And I didn't know who the cavalry was. I just assumed they were coming, and I went forward with the confidence of a straight white man, and luckily you were there to catch me as a community. We had 130 people submit. Today we're watching the top 25 projects of those 130, and tomorrow from 6 all the way till probably 9:30 or so, we're gonna watch all the official selections of the best music at 6, best monologues at 7, and the best short films at 8. So we got a huge bunch of them, and each block tomorrow has an audience choice voting, and tonight we've decided to throw in an audience choice ballot with the little bit of extra money we had. So what you'll want to do in this intermission is, if you don't have a Gmail account, you're going to need a Gmail account to vote in the audience choice awards. Okay, the people I need to thank. I got it on a piece of paper because I'm already a little half cut. The beginning with the sync issues really got me in a mood, but the mood is great now. And being on YouTube Live, reading all of your comments and interacting has been beautiful. Honestly, I've been wanting to cry for the last 40 minutes for good reasons. Just seeing all the positivity. I'm sure right now, if I look at the comments, it's all like, get off, you hack. Anyways, okay, people to thank. Sasha Duncan, Sasha Duncan for jumping on. She has been humongously helpful in this. This show would not have happened if she didn't jump on. And the people that she brought along, Ben, you've been amazing. Today, you whipped up so many graphics. I know you're watching. Ben Gammon, huge round of applause for you. Caffrey as well, Caffrey Duncan, amazing. Like this, none of us got to meet up in person making this. This was just all of us freaking out at various desks, and it's amazing what can be created in self-isolation. Over 100 artists, probably over 200, have worked on this project. So we got something here, and thank you for being a part of this. Okay. We also had 3 gold sponsors or people that really stepped up, because this, even though this event was relatively cheap to run, there were still a lot of random things that ended up costing money. There's awards, all that sort of stuff, and it literally wouldn't have been possible without Generativity Productions. David Abusafi, who runs that company, that production company, who had various films that were in the festival circuit during this time, really came in amazingly. We're going to show some trailers from his production company in the intermission. Thank you so much. Sabrina Furminger from the YVR Screen Scene podcast and website. If you guys don't know who Sabrina Furminger is, y'all are not part of the Vancouver film scene, because she is a legend. Her podcast is awesome. I'm even on an episode, but don't take that as too big of a knock to her show. It's actually fantastic. But she is always dedicated the last number of years to putting a spotlight to Vancouver film. And we wouldn't have the community we have if it wasn't for the amazing work that she does. So Sabrina, I tip my glass to you. And finally, the Downtown Vancouver Business Improvement Association. Out of nowhere, they found this project and emailed us the other day and came on board. And all the little things that we were worried about, just getting there, that final stretch, all our worries were gone with your generosity. So thank you to those 3 gold sponsors. All of our prize sponsors are mentioned in the next slides during the intermission, except I don't think Aaron Musselin's got to the slideshow in time. So Aaron, thank you so much for for your prize donation, and we'll make sure that people know what that's all about as we go. So get your Gmail accounts ready for the Audience Choice Awards. Let's take 10 minutes to fill up our glasses again. You don't even have to put on pants. And this is one screening where you're not going to embarrass yourself shit-faced drunk. Really only me and the presenters have that issue. So let's get settled in. We're going to take 10 minutes. I know I already took like 5 minutes, but my opening monologue got real cut short. It's all good. Don't worry. I was going to probably talk too much like I'm doing right now. So in the meantime, please post to social media. Take pictures of yourselves watching this and your little watch parties. Hashtag VQPP on Instagram. Tag us at VQPP 2020. And keep the heartwarming vibes going, okay? I'll see you all in 10 minutes for round 2. Welcome back, cool cats and kittens. We are back, and I'm going to take y'all to Flavortown, because apparently y'all think I look like Guy Fieri anyways. Guy Fieri, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, welcome to the second half of the show, or as I like to call it, the good half of the show. No, I'm kidding. The first half was legendary. The second half, believe it or not, just as legendary. So many good projects ahead. So thank you all for joining. Really, one last chance to be a share bear. Tell your friends, your family, your enemies to watch this stream, because this is an amazing piece of community, and it has been heartwarming to read your comments, and the amount of you that think I'm super drunk, hopefully I can get to the level that you think I'm at soon enough. Anyways, let's start the second half of the show in a second. Don't hit the button too quick. Just a reminder, right after this screening block, the audience choice votes go up, but also I need all of you finalists to hop on that Zoom call, because if you win awards later on tonight, we want to get your acceptance speeches live on air. So just be prepared. If you are a finalist and you, for some reason, haven't used Zoom yet, I know a month ago you probably never heard of Zoom, but now it's all the rage. All the cool kids are using it. Get ready to get on that call after the second half. So everyone else, enjoy the second half. It's going to be legendary. And then we're going to do our live award show, which I'm sure will have some technical difficulties, but hopefully you are all with me regardless, or with us regardless. Enjoy the show.
All right, day 32 of isolation. I feel fine, no symptoms. Hopefully just a couple more weeks and I can get out of here. Also, I don't think anybody's gonna watch these, so it's probably gonna be my last one.
Let's see, save as IDOLUM. Idol.
I feel like I'm going crazy talking to myself. You hungry? Want some breakfast?
What do we have left?
I don't know. I'm sure I could whip something up.
The death toll has risen in the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of deaths up to 5,358. Doctors expect this number to continue to rise in the coming weeks and are urging everybody to extend their self-isolation for the foreseeable future.
There are now more than 120,000
I don't get why everyone's freaking out.
in the United States alone.
No, this is crazy.
In that country, over 22
On the plus side, at least we have each other. Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Great, I just woke up.
You know I had a dream about you? About us getting out of here?
Oh? Tell me more.
Well, we were in my car, driving on a vacation.
Ooh.
And then, next thing you know, we were waking up in the most beautiful bed and breakfast. Gorgeous view of the mountains and everything.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Since the start of this pandemic, we've seen an exponential growth in the number of cases being reported around the globe. Thankfully, doctors and nurses have been providing round-the-clock care for all of those affected by this terrible virus. All non-essential businesses are being closed until further notice. With fear of supplies dwindling, we are getting reports of extreme rioting and looting happening around the globe. The general public is being asked to stay at home and continue their quarantine. Good evening. 157 days have passed since world leaders declared a state of emergency. Due to the progressively worsening situation, government officials continue to extend the mandatory quarantine. Please, stay home with your loved ones in these dire times and hold on to hope. This has been Robin Kelly for Channel 1 News. Until we meet again.
Well, at least we have each other.
I worked at a carnival over the summer and made $1,546.20. I spent it all, plus an extra $20 on a pair of sneakers. I got a lot of heads turning, some good, some not so good. My friends advised me I could have used my money more productively. I did not care. Once the honeymoon phase was over, I started noticing that the shoe isn't particularly comfortable. The paint has started showing signs of wear and tear. I can't wear them on any other day than sunny ones, and when I do, I'm constantly worried that I might sully them. Sometimes I find myself wondering that I might have made the wrong decision. Turns out, I can sell the sneakers for more than what I bought them for. But when it came to chance, to my surprise, I couldn't do it. I often find myself asking why. This movie doesn't have a satisfactory ending, as I haven't figured out the answer myself. But when I do, I'll understand why people stay together, even when they stop liking each other.
There's this moment, usually in your 20s, maybe in your 30s if your head's a little further up your own ass. This crazy paradigm-shifting moment when you realize for the first time that your parents are humans, that they're their own people. Like, they're adults. They're not just your parents, not just your support system. And it's bizarre because they've been their own people this whole time. All these years, right under your nose. It's shocking. It's embarrassing. You feel bad for being an ungrateful little shit. For taking them for granted. Taking their home for granted. Taking their food for granted. And if you're bold enough, you'll apologize. One night after dinner and wine, you'll look your father directly in the eye and say, "I'm sorry." And you'll explain that you were trapped in some hormone-induced fog of self-absorption, and you'll ask him questions about his life. Because for the first time, even though you've loved him with all your heart your entire life, you really care and you want to get to know him. He'll tell a crazy story about a university trip involving a VW Beetle and makeshift beds in a sheep pen. And you laugh from your belly at the thought of your dad back when he was skinny, hitching a ride with a stranger to go sleep in a stable. Not quite Jesus, but close enough. And as you process these details of your parents that you've learnt over the years, you have another moment. And this one's maybe more intense than the first. As you think about these tales of alleyway jazz clubs and building ski lodges with friends, you realise they weren't just cool. They were cooler than you. These people that you've always loved but never really appreciated were cool as hell. In fact, maybe even now they're cooler than you. And you think, well, that's my punishment. That's what I deserve for not really ever seeing you. So that night, as you say goodnight, you hug your father just a little bit tighter. Hold him just a little bit longer. Because, truthfully now, you love him a little bit deeper.
Looking back at how we changed since last night, while holding tight to the sand beneath the tide. Looking back at breaking waves and broken lines, the storm breaks down, the heart to hear the mind. Ash falls in the night, you on my mind. Look ahead, the worn out roads and changing plans. We lost our map when we tried to hitch a ride. The compass sways to point us back to what we found. Roses growing ashes on the ground. Time pressed like a knife. You were there, you were by my side. One last time, I don't want another life. The past has you in mind. Spit my words into the fire. There are none to share my mind.
Medical certificate. Put it on the ground. Step back. David Mancini.
Mancini.
Is that Italian?
Yeah, last of the Mancinis.
I'm so sorry.
I hear you do good work. That you really help people.
We try. We're the last group standing. So when did you last have human contact?
Before the quarantine, so 5 years? February 27th. 5 years ago.
Okay, so rules. No kissing. No grabbing, no sexual advances of any kind. It's just one embrace. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Where I can see them! Do not move! Failure to comply will be met with lethal force!
Will you do this?
On your knees! Now! I said now! Did you touch her? Did he touch you? Thank you, Weber. We'll take it from here. You have violated Section 226, failure to comply with physical distance rules.
Don't.
In doing so, you forfeit your legal rights. We are required to terminate you.
No, please, no.
Good job, Weber. Stay safe.
Stands on a balcony, misty eyes, he's losing sleep. He doesn't know what went wrong. Yesterday is a memory, though his laughter sounded sweet. They're just bells in a distant song. He goes to bed, feet are heavy as lead. That old familiar tune caught in his head. to find your place again. An old man stands in a living room, engulfed in dark, quiet as a tomb. He thought he'd seen it all before. He knows this space, but it feels new. Yesterday he was one of two. Can't stop time, he just wants more. He sits in her chair, though he's heavy as lead. That velvet worn and creased cradles his head. It's so strange when all the words change. When you thought that you knew everything, one day you wake up and nothing feels the same. And you have to find your place again. I will find my way.
Good evening. As we must practice self-isolation, replacing sex with masturbation, sex shops report there's panic buying. Off the shelves, sex toys are flying. And as with TP in the news, only buy what you can use. And as they're sold without instruction, we offer up tonight's production. So stay if you will stay, and go if you will go. The TED Talk tonight is using a dildo. Back as far as Cleopatra's palace, man has made a man-made phallus. Did Mark Antony suffer a sore or callus? Did Cleo reject his asp out of malice? Whatever the reason, it remains a mystery how far it reaches back in history. Before this model, called King Dong, before John Silver's dong was long, people took objects and one by one tried them to see which ones would fit up inside them. Now, some objects sort of suggested themselves, objects found on household shelves. Veggie dicks, there's any number, the cob of corn, the rotunda cucumber, baseball bats and other lumber, a piece of pipe pinched from the plumber. But since silicone, these are hopelessly dated. You can now have a favorite cock replicated, that of a porn star perhaps, or a friend. Some men may prefer their own in the end. Do not put light bulbs up your butt. The glass could break and you'd be cut. And you may need a doctor direly if you insert anything entirely. Now, once you've chosen a shape or size, here's a word just to the wise. Get yourself a tub or tube of a water-based and slippery lube. Do not use Crisco, and this is important. That's for dough that needs to be shortened. Use something safe made for the job, and don't be stingy, use a great glob. And take it from your sex advisor, store separate from hand sanitizer. Now, you cover the dildo from tip to base and lubricate your special place. Put it up to your bush or tush, take a deep breath and give a big push. Now perform an imitation of the act of copulation. You all know what that's about. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And that's all there is to it. So simple anyone here could do it. So keep a dildo on the shelf. And when the urge strikes, go fuck yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Tarek Cartenson and I live in Victoria, British Columbia. And I think it's pretty clear by now that we all owe 2019 a bit of an apology, right? If we had any idea what was on the horizon for the new year, yikes. And don't you guys miss hugs? Do you remember how good those were? Yeah, I miss hugs, for sure. The one good thing about coronavirus is that it's done wonders for my FOMO. It's basically cleared that shit right up. But I know it's been really hard on people. I know psychologically it's hard on a lot of us. And I know you miss your Uncle Charles, okay? But I miss karaoke night, okay? It's been hard on everybody, okay, Shannon? Okay? Like, I couldn't get a hold of my pot dealer for 11 days, which is crazy. 11 days to get a hold of my pot dealer. So, you know, we're all suffering together, okay? Can you imagine how bad it would be right now if the liquor stores were closed? Like, if people, it would be like Mad Max shit out there right now. You can't expect people to be left alone with their thoughts for that long, right? That's crazy. So, I mean, a lot of times the government seems like they drop the ball, but at least in this circumstance, they recognize that if they want to keep the situation from escalating, they've got to keep Canadians inebriated while they're at home. And online dating apps, woo, they're making money right now. Woo, they're making money. Like, I've never had so many bees in the hive before. But, you know, we can't meet, so we can chat, which, you know, that's great. Because everybody knows that, like, talking is totally every dude's favorite part of having a relationship, right? Yeah. So if you're lucky enough to be isolating with your partner right now, if you're doing it with your husband, your wife, your romantic partner, if you're with, I hope you guys are fucking like bunny rabbits. I really do. And not even just for yourself, but for everybody out there who is stuck at home by themselves, who has nobody to hang out with, who doesn't even have that option right now and feels like they're losing it a little bit, you know? Even if you're not in the mood, just like once a day, do it for everybody else out there who can't right now. Do it for humanity, for God's sake, right? Hump for humanity. When else in time has there ever been a time when you could say that you were humping for humanity? So do it now. Do it for everybody. If you can, in a situation you can take advantage of that, I hope you are, I hope you can, please do. And it'll be kind of funny to see how many quarantine babies there are born like maybe 9-10 months from now as well, right? And wouldn't it be kind of fun if they use like quarantine inspired names for these kids? Like, I don't know, maybe like Isolily might be a good one, right? Or like Alonia would be a really good one, right? All right, guys, that's my time. My name is Tarek Hartenson. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.
I'm a sick and unattractive man. I believe I'm developing a shortness of breath. It could just be a cold, but I really hope I got COVID-19. I won't be seeking treatment. Not because I won't be seriously harmed, but out of pure spite. I just don't want to be treated. Even if they were offering a vaccine, I would turn it down. Anti-vaxxer, you ask? Nah. I just want to feel like as much shit as possible. See, a man with my intellect should not be in the predicament I'm in. I kinda deserve the punishment. It appears I'm shrinking down below. Now, I'm no Clydesdale, boys, but under no circumstance should I be resembling a baby turtle poking its head out, and yet I can only imagine the reason for its shrinking is due to my lack of manhood. As if Mother Nature herself was just like, nah, you ain't it, Chief. Why do I feel this way? Let me tell you. On the last day before quarantine, I set out to Safeway. The government announced it had authorized police officers to limit grocery purchases to avoid panic hoarding. I thought this was a perfect opportunity to prove to myself I'm an alpha and stand up to authority. I stocked a grocery cart full of shit. An officer stood beside the till as I approached with a massive load. Did I need everything I had? No. Other people around me had noteworthy loads, but none as large or as impressive as my own. I knew most items would sit untouched for months. I only went there to exercise my right to buy whatever I wanted. To alpha up and not be pushed around by some nerd wearing a badge. Until he stopped me. Tall, muscular, and handsome. This motherfucker just flirted with the cashier and didn't even look at me as he removed item after item from my goddamn cart. He just laid me out in front of this chick and all I did was stand there like an idiot too scared to say anything. Oh, I'm so unlucky, man. Why did this one officer have to be a stud? If it was just some regular little fat dude, I would have flexed on him. But I put my card in, paid for my remaining goods, and left. I was not gonna let him win. I decided to write in a complaint. Dear Constable Jones, I began. His name was burnt into my mind. I would say you humiliated me at Safeway the other day, but I'd be lying. You see, a man of my intellect cannot be offended by such a stickler for bureaucracy as yourself. This, of course, in itself was a lie, but I had to present myself as non-offended as possible to gain the edge of confidence. Despite your incredible stature and obvious physical superiority, your lack of consciousness is frankly embarrassing. Taking care to seem as cool as possible, I went on to belittle him and implored him to apologize, hinting rather plainly at a lawsuit in case of refusal. This was, of course, in the most charming way possible, boys. I came off so cool in my letter that I half expected Constable Jones to beg me for my friendship. How sick would that have been? I would have accepted and we could have slayed together. Him with his charming smile, perfectly ripped bod and charisma, and me with my... Ugh. I hate myself. Do you have any idea how disheartening that level of confidence is? You know, like if he had some self-awareness, maybe I could have chipped away at him, but how can I when he's just this thoughtless oaf, this thoughtless, perfect man? All of this was, of course, 104 days ago, and I've spent the entire quarantine rewriting this letter over and over. I was sick every time I thought about sending it to him. Over time, boys, I just edited out all the slams, and it began to seem more and more like a sad plea for friendship than a challenge. He probably would have just trashed it before even opening it. But, like, what if he opened my letter, read it, and laughed, and then showed it to the broad from Safeway who he must have inevitably went to bed with? God, the humiliation. What would I have done then, boys? Moved to another city? Left the country? I would have had to. I couldn't bear the thought of even being in the same time zone as a man who not only didn't care to know I was alive, but even in my asserting my existence just laughed me off like a little yippy lapdog. I couldn't even send my stupid letter. I put it in the trash and it will never see the light of day. In a way, I'm kind of relieved I'm such a huge pussy because Constable Jones will never know I spent 104 days dreaming of him. Today's the first day we were allowed back outside, but I'll be here, boys, in my cave, hoping my dumb ass got this virus and wishing more than anything that I was Constable Jones and not myself.
All systems are go.
Don't. Please, I'm begging you. What do you really want from me, huh? Like when this was starting to be a thing, I thought I knew, I thought I knew what you wanted. You wanted me to be better. You wanted to help me get better. You would say it. You would look into me, into my eyes, into my soul, and you would say, good job. And I felt seen. I felt appreciated. I never thought too much about what I wanted to get out of us. I guess I just wanted to make you happy, because when you were happy, you saw me. And I don't need you. I could lose you. I could erase you from my life just as easily as I let you in. I could. I should. But the fucked up thing? I like this pain. I love that my apathy makes you crazy, because for all your posturing about how much good we could do together, it isn't about me at all. It's about you and your fucking ego. It's how well you do with me, not how well we do together. So keep trying. Keep telling me I'm not doing enough, because not doing enough for you is more than enough for me. Yet my capacity to disappoint is something I've cultivated. I put in my 10,000 fucking hours, and I'm telling you, what you want from me, I won't do for you out of spite. Out of petty spite, because I fucking hate you. I hate you so much that I'm gonna keep you here so you can watch me let you down day after day and month after month while you try your pathetic best to make me care about you. So go fuck yourself, Duolingo. I'm not doing French today.
One, two, three.
Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Master, do you have any more lessons for me? Don't ever give up. You understand me?
Don't give up.
6, 5,
Yeah.
There's nothing to do here.
What an amazing set of films. Just watching them again with an audience on YouTube, it was so exciting. So thank you all so much for being a part of this. That is the end of the shows, but we still have the audience choice and awards coming up next. So if you are a finalist filmmaker, join the Zoom call now. Make sure that your video is open and your mic is muted. If you see yourself on the broadcast winning an award, we are automatically going to unmute your mic and put you on the big screen. Try to keep your victory speeches to about 30 seconds. Let's not go crazy. We're going to try a lot of crazy live streaming stuff in the next hour or half hour. It's probably going to be a half hour. So bear with me. We have a small team here of myself and Annie, who's killing it on the computer when I'm standing here. So hopefully that goes well. I know a lot of you are wondering, how do I vote for audience choice? Well, the next slide here is going to tell you how to vote for audience choice, and you will be able to vote for audience choice. So we're going to take a small intermission while I get the awards ceremony ready. We have various presenters from all around the globe. Literally, one of them is presenting from Australia. So if there's any chance that something's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong in this next half hour. Knock on wood. But we have the most beautiful technical difficulty slide that it almost makes it worthwhile. So in the next couple of minutes, I've got a cute video of when I was setting up this set with my son that you can all just find adorable while we get set up for the awards and get everyone on the calls and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be crazy. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not going to be here for the awards, just remember that tomorrow we have even more content to show. We have 3 different shows tomorrow at 6 p.m. We have all the official selection musicians. We've got some beautiful songs there. At 7 p.m., we have all the monologues. And at 8 p.m., we have all the short films. And all three of those screenings have award ceremonies. Sorry, this is live. It's hard without an audience. I need you guys to woo! Okay, I'll take it. Okay. So yes, all 3 events tomorrow have Audience Choice Awards. And thank you to everyone who donated awards for tonight. We have 10 awards we're going to give out tonight if we include Audience Choice. And all of them have pretty cool stuff that they're getting. This kind of came from nothing. This is all community coming to us. So to all those people who donated awards, we're forever grateful. The one thing I do want to add, Best Writing of Monologue has a little bit of an issue. That doesn't have Erin. Erin Muslin is donated coaching for pitches. She's helped run Crazy Eights and Story Hive, and she is offering a pitch coaching session that's also added onto the Best Writing for Monologue. Everything else is ready in the show. I can't change it on the fly fast enough. So let's get all the filmmakers on the Zoom call. Let's take the smallest intermission. Hopefully it's only going to be like 2 minutes, but the video that I'm showing in the meantime is adorable and entertaining. Let's get ready for the award show. We'll see you shortly, you cool cats and kittens. Okay, so Bowie, I need you to sit up on the chair right here in front of the desk. This is your news desk. Okay? This is your microphone here. Okay, sit right on this.
That's my microphone?
Yeah, you gotta look towards.
Yeah.
You gotta look towards the camera here. Okay, just sit down. Oh, you're gonna stand? Okay, no, you stand. No, don't put that in your mouth. Just pretend it's not there. You're gonna talk to me. Okay, Bowie.
I'm gonna go. Hello? Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. Look right here, bud. Now.
Is it not talking?
What is the coronavirus?
Well, the coronavirus will make you sick.
And what do we do to avoid the coronavirus?
I don't know.
Do we wash our hands?
Yeah. But if we don't wash our hands, the coronavirus will make you sick. Hey, I'm gonna sit down. You put that thing down there?
Yeah, because I wanted to see you.
Well, this silly game. Hey, you have to stand.
I have to stand?
Yeah. Spider-Man. Ah!
Sorry.
Okay.
Start again.
Spider-Man. That's whatever a spider can. Spins a web and he sighs. Catches these just like flies. Keep singing it.
Watch out! Here comes the Spider-Man.
Keep singing it.
What's the second verse go?
Okay.
Is he strong? Listen, bud. He's got radioactive blood. When he swings overhead,
look
out there overhead. Look out!
Here comes the Spider-Man! Oh, that was pretty scary.
In the heat. Wait, what is that? How does that bit go?
In the heat of the night, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Keep singing.
Wealth and fame, he ignores.
Action is
His reward.
Watch out, here comes the Spider-Man!
Good job.
Okay. Now, what do you, this time? Like, Bumblebee? This time?
I think.
What Transformer is your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite.
Ooh, boy, what's your favorite bedtime story?
What's your favorite bedtime story?
I know. A superhero story.
Oh, what was that you whispered in my ear?
Superhero story.
Ooh.
Tell us a superhero story?
Yeah, why don't you tell us a quick superhero story?
Okay. So, Iron Man was bringing his dad some popcorn, and then a big monster came. And suddenly, Iron Man fighted the monster, and then Captain America helped him and saved the day, and then Hulk come in there and smash him, but it was a freezing guy.
Wow.
It was Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
He's a bad guy, and he's gonna fight. Everyone's gonna fight him, and they're gonna save the world. And Iron Man's gonna go back to his dad and give him some popcorn. Cause the big monster was gone, right?
Okay.
Yeah, cause everyone fighted him. Okay, what is your favorite?
What's my favorite? My favorite what?
Your favorite superhero.
My favorite superhero.
Who's your
Honestly, I don't really know. I feel like I have a part of me that likes Wolverine.
Okay, Wolverine. Right.
All right.
Okay, what's your favorite superhero?
Captain Marvel.
Great.
All right. Who's yours?
Optimus Prime and Spider-Man.
All right. What does Spider-Man do?
He shoots webs. And what does Optimus Prime do? Turn into a car.
What? I thought he turned into a no, he turns into a truck.
No, he turns into a car.
Really? I feel like he turned into a truck. You probably know this better than I do.
He goes puts his hands up here and then he turns into a car. So this is a car.
All right.
That's a car. Hey, come back. Stay back over here.
Okay.
I like singing.
You like being in your own show? All right. What do you want to tell the people of the world? What should everyone know?
I don't know.
All right. If you were to address the President of the United States, what would you say?
I would say I'm a superhero.
Wow.
Check your pockets. Check your pockets.
Check my what?
Yeah! Take your pockets.
Okay. Let's have a bedtime snack.
Okay, let's keep telling this to her. Okay, let's keep telling
You're
this
a
to
great
her.
interviewee. All right, let's do a big round of applause. Here are this the finalists. Everyone just show your hands and all that jazz. Okay. Well, look at all these finalists. They're exciting people. Okay, let's start the award show right about now.
Our next award is for Best Performance in a Short Film. The winner of this award gets a headshot session with Corey Malone Creative.
And the nominees for Best Performance in a Short Film are
Josh Aries, 5 Fingers of Fury. William Fielding, Notes from Quarantine. Oyger Tanriverdi, Life in the Box. Rianne Smith, Contact Club. Emily Karlstrom, Why Are All My Friends Quarantining Without Me?
And the winner is Oyger Tanriverdi for Life in the Box.
Dude.
The winner is
You're live, dude.
Say something. Well, thank you. This is my first acting. Actually, I'm very surprised and grateful. Thank you. Hope you guys liked it.
Awesome. We're gonna cut you off there then. Sweet. Next one. Please welcome the legendary comedy duo Jamie and Sarah from the Jamie and Sarah Experience Project.
Jamie, wake up. Jamie, up. Jamie, this isn't a dream.
Huh?
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. It's happening. We're live, James.
We're so happy to be here.
We're presenting. Yay.
We are giving out the performance awards tonight. First award is Best Performance in an Original Monologue.
The winner of this award wins passes to the Vancouver Asian Film Festival and Serial Thrifter gift cards and swag with contactless delivery.
And the bragging rights of being the very first award winner of the night.
And the nominees for Best Performer in an Original Monologue are
The Love Letter, Bruce Blaine. Who stood by you then? I did. And who?
Quarantine, Reed Horty.
Practice self-isolation, replacing sex.
Monologue, Cole Howard.
I could erase you from my life just as easily as I let you in.
2 Moments, Rhona Reeves.
A university trip involving a VW Beetle.
Schadenfreude, Anna Pacheco.
1, 2, or 10 years when the world has done its plans.
And the winner for Best Performance. What are you laughing at?
You froze.
Oh, fuck.
Keep going. It froze at this. And the winner for Best Perform.
That's funny. And the winner for Best Performance in an Original Monologue is Cole Howard for Monologue. That's what he called his monologue.
Damn. Sweet. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Introducing Leo Award-winning actress Maitreya Scarwiener and her less accomplished boyfriend Mike Doga.
Hi everybody, it's Mike and Maitreya, and we're here to present the Writing Awards for Monologue and Short Film. You may remember us from my film Night In that I won the Writing Award for at Run and Gun last year, where we got Maitreya, my girlfriend, to play a sex worker. All right, so let's move forward with the awards. So first up, we're going to do the award for Best Writing in a Monologue. Lots of great submissions. Really difficult to choose between the ones that made finalists. What do they win?
They win some passes to Vancouver Asian Film Festival.
Really exciting. Hope that we get to go there this year. Things are looking more promising every day, but
that's a good point.
we go safe than sorry. So we will see the winner there when it happens.
The nominees for Best Monologue: Quarantine, Reed Horty,
Other lumber, a piece of pipe pinched from the...
Of course,
The Love
I
Letter,
dissuaded
Bruce
you from going to the
Blaine,
police because I knew they wouldn't find anything, and I didn't want you to look like an idiot.
Schadenfreude, Anna Pacheco,
And millions of people frenzying to cancel their tickets.
2 Moments, Rhona Reeves,
You have another moment. And this one's maybe more intense than the first.
Monologue, Cole Howard,
For all your posturing about how much good we could do together.
And the winner is...
Anna Pacheco!
For Schadenfreude. Really exciting.
So good.
We love that one. It's great. Good for you, Anna. Yeah.
Good
we watched
for you,
it
Anna.
12 times and I
we
peed a little bit.
Introducing Leo Award-winning actress Maitreya Scarwiener and her less accomplished boyfriend Mike Doga.
Hi, everybody. It's Mike and Maitreya.
Thank you. You know I'm really good at. That's okay. Oh, that's okay. You know I'm really good at interviews, so yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Hi, everybody. Okay.
Yeah,
Next.
we love Anna.
We do. Next is the award for Best Writing in a Short Film.
Mm-hmm.
And what do they win?
They win PBR and PBR swag.
That's right. Pabst Blue Ribbon beer and Pabst Blue Ribbon swag.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Best Writing. Why are all my friends quarantining without me? Emily Karlstrom and Sandeep Hundal. Contact Club. Krishan Randall and Chelsea Moore. ES. Mayumi Yoshida and Nachta Tsimetha. Notes from Quarantine. William Fielding. Welcome to Quarantine. Julian Figueroa. Off-White Air Jordan 1. Ritvik Mehra.
And who's going to win that?
William
Fielding.
Fielding.
For Notes for Quarantine. Or Notes from Quarantine. Congratulations, William. Love the film.
Let's go, baby! Woo! Notes from Quarantine, baby. Yeah.
I suppose that's more.
Let's go, baby!
I suppose that's more Dostoevsky than it is me, but I'll take the credit, dude. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. First award. Oh, feels good. Feels right. And if anyone was wondering, that's an Am Pro 2, not a ducky. Not a ducky. It's an Am Pro 2.
Please welcome to the stage comedic legend Jackie Blackmore.
Good evening.
evening. I'm Jackie Blackmore. Is it evening? Who even knows anymore? And this is the Vancouver Quarantine Performance Project, and I'm here to give out the award for Best Stand-Up Comedy. Firstly, I'd just like to commend all the nominees for getting off their couch and pulling off their comedy submissions and, frankly, just getting dressed. No small feat, let me tell you. So you're all already winners in my book. But let's get real, it's a competition, so there can be only one true winner. Here are the nominees.
Stand-up comedy. Quarantine stand-up set. Tarek Kjartansson.
I've never had so many bees in the hive before.
Jokes about my fiancé to my fiancé. Cody Peterson.
Who gives a shit? But
Vancouver Quarantine Performance Project. The Best Stand-Up Comedy Award. And the winner is, drumroll please, Tarek Kjartansson. Congratulations, Tarek. You've won bragging rights and a $50 gift card to Skip the Dishes. Nice, not bad. Just wind this back up here, because as you know, this is worth more than gold, so I'm going to need to use that later.
Nice indeed. Thanks, guys. That's awesome. Stand-up is something I've been a fan of for my whole life and just started doing within the last year, and I love it. It's, cheaper than therapy. So thanks so much for the award. It's always fun. Hopefully I'll see you guys again soon sometime.
Give a round of applause for Canadian comedy icon, Maddie Kelly.
Hi, I'm Maddie Kelly. You're finding me here at my pied-à-terre by the sea. Just kidding, it's an abandoned mansion that I have snuck into so I could record this video. I'm here to present the award for Best Original Song, which is very important. We need music right now that speaks to our situation. We're gonna have to rewrite a lot of lyrics. Instead of Usher's Love in the Club, I'm personally going to rewrite it to be Bored in My Studio Apartment. The winner of this award will receive a full professional sound studio session to record their song, as well as $100 from Support the Scene. And the nominees are...
Original song. Space Force. Mike Evans. Sending My Love. Mariella Shuley. Looking Back. Andrew Barber. Areola High. Florence Reiher.
Took my bra off, my tits are free.
When the Words Change. Sarah Elwood.
And
the winner is... Florence Reiher, Areola High.
What's happening? Oh, okay. Can you mute it? Yes. Okay. So I can't hear anything. Okay. Thank you. Shout out to all the boobies everywhere. Free the nipple. Bye. I'm gonna go drink. Bye.
Give it up for star of the Actress Diaries and everyone's favorite Australian, Lisa Kimberly Hughes.
Hi, I'm Lisa Kimberly Hughes, and we're here to present Best Monologue overall. If Anne Hathaway taught us anything in The Princess Diaries, it's that a monologue can take us on a journey. It also means we have more lines than our scene partner, so that's always nice. We had over 50 submissions in this category, and the winner will be taking home a headshot session with the legendary Wendy Kay, when we're allowed to see people. Here are the nominees.
The nominees for Best Monologue: Schadenfreude, Anna Pacheco,
Dave didn't insist on getting extra coverage.
2 Moments, Rhona Rees.
You'll ask him questions about his life.
Monologue, Cole Howard.
I could erase you from my life just as easily as I let you in.
Quarantine, Reed Horty.
How far it reaches back in.
The Love Letter, Bruce Blaine.
Quick. I love you, Claire.
And the winner is... suspense. But none other than Rhona Rees. Congratulations, Rhona Rees. You're a champion.
Oh, my feed is a little bit behind, but I assume because I'm unmuted, that means it's me. Aww. My feed is a little bit behind. And now I can hear myself. I assume because I'm super weird. Thank you guys for recognizing this. Did I lose you? No, okay. This came straight from the heart. All those little details in the monologue were 100% true. I haven't actually had the courage to share it with my dad, but maybe I will now. So thanks, and this has been a wonderful night. Thank you, Joel, Sasha, and all the organizers. Mwah.
Presenting our last award, please welcome Sabrina Firminger from YVR Screen Scene.
Hi, yes, thank you. I am Sabrina Firminger. I am the host of the YVR Screen Scene podcast, and I am sponsoring the 2 final awards tonight at the Vancouver Quarantine Performance Project. I'm not gonna lie, this has been a very difficult time for all of us, for me, for you, and I have definitely missed the time that we've all spent together at awards nights. And so I'm very grateful to Joel McCarthy in particular for creating a night where I don't feel like I'm at home, where I feel like I am gathered together with this community that I so value.
Mommy, can you make me dinner?
Mommy's busy. Our next award is for Best Student Short Film. The winner will get $100 immediately transferred to their account. And the nominees are...
Best Student Film. Flouncy, directed by Amelie Timer. Time Out, directed by Brandon Yap and Piper French. Venus in Isolation, directed by Millie Mumford.
And the winner is... Toilet paper's still funny, right? Brandon Yap, Piper French, and Kendra Sue for Time Out.
If I'm unmuted, I guess we won then. Thanks. Thank you, Joel, for running this. And I noticed Sasha's name in the email. Never met you. Everyone else, thanks.
Our final award tonight is for Best Overall Short Film. We had more than 70 short films submit in this category. Winners tonight will receive $100 cash from YVR Screen Scene, as well as a $200 rental credit from Major Props and Locations to be used for their next short film when all of this blows over. And the nominees are...
Best Film. Life in the Box, directed by Nicholas Bradfield. E.S., directed by Mayumi Yoshida and Nach Tatsimetha. 5 Fingers of Fury, directed by Josh Aries, Toby Aries, and Abby Aries. Contact Club, directed by Krishan Randall. Notes from Quarantine, directed by William Fielding.
And the winner is... Josh, Abby, and Toby Aries for 5 Fingers of Fury.
Congratulations.
And Toby Aries for 5 Fingers of Fury.
What? That's crazy. Oh, hi. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? Is my microphone working? Yeah. Hey, look, the actors are here. Woo! I don't know what else to do, but thank you guys so much. Glad you liked it a lot. Thank you to my mom for giving birth to me and giving birth to these wonderful actors here too. Cheers.
All right. So that is what a wonderful show and what a bunch of awesome winners. We'll probably deal with getting you your awards in the next few days. Let me sleep, okay? This has been a hard run, or that could be a Sasha thing. Anyways, I have the Audience Choice Ballot awards here, so I thought I'd let you know who won Audience Choice. But maybe just to keep the mystery going, let's start with third place. Here we go. It's earlier on in the show. We cut it off right when the awards started because we didn't want anyone kind of gaming the system in any certain ways. Where is it? Okay, wait, no. Where was it? Okay, okay, here we go. In third place, we have IDOLUM. Congratulations, IDOLUM. You don't have to cut to them. Congrats, IDOLUM. All right. In second place, we have clearly a beloved one, reading the comments, and definitely one that I have watched probably 5 times now, and I can't wait to watch the music showcase tomorrow to watch it again. Space Force, number 2, second to last, Mike Evans, great job, but you didn't get the number 1 audience choice. But yeah, Mike also did the voice of the toilet in TP, so he is a multi-finalist filmmaker. All right, I have the number 1 award. I can't see your comments right now. Before we cut to this filmmaker, I just want to say this has been an amazing night. I'll probably have just a couple of closing things to say, but why don't we cut to our winner of the Audience Choice Award, Mr. Josh Aries, 5 Fingers of Fury. Congratulations, motherfucker.
What? No way! What? Hello? Are we cutting? Oh, hey! What's up, guys? Thank you guys so much. I'm really, really happy that you guys really liked it a lot. Abby and Toby, come here. Get my brother and sister here. These are the people who helped make the film with me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I'm glad you guys liked it a lot. Is that it? I don't know what else we want to do.
Who would have known a guy playing with his thumbs in his room would have been the success story of the finalists? Honestly, I'm so impressed with that film. And one thing I just want you guys to appreciate here is Josh got nominated for a Best Performance Award because of his thumb acting. Like, first of all, kudos to the jury for recognizing something like that. I tried so hard after watching that film to recreate some of those moments because I'm like, how hard is that? It's incredibly hard. So without further ado, that was the show. Tomorrow, we have 3 wonderful shows. This stream is still going to be shareable, so if you had a wonderful time and you say, hey, you've got to see what Vancouver has to offer during this quarantine, get them to jump right on this stream and watch it again because it's going to sit up here. Thank you for bearing with the technical difficulties at the beginning. This was a wonderful time. If you're still on here, we are going to have a Zoom party after this. The invite code is probably, if Sasha is listening to this live, it's probably getting posted on Instagram and Facebook right now. I'm going to probably pour myself another drink because now I'm off. This has been a fantastic stream. Thank you all for watching. Honestly, You've all been lovely. This has been so much fun to do. Please join us tomorrow. Sharing is caring. And maybe I'll be crazy enough to think about doing another one of these, because this has been just delightful. And I can't wait to touch all of your faces once more. I'm out.